welcome to my series about residential real estate contracts in the state of Georgia. Let's talk about closing costs. What are they and how are they used? You will have a larger amount of closing costs if you obtain a loan. You will need to work closely with a qualified lender ahead of making an offer to understand exactly how much your closing costs will be. Closing costs vary. You may be able to reduce your closing costs by taking a higher rate. Those are things that you will want to discuss with your lender. But your realtor will need to understand exactly what you have available to you to close and how much you will need. Your closing costs will be in addition to your down payment. Things can get very costly at closing, and it is important that you have a plan on how you're going to cover all of those costs. The seller may be willing to contribute some of your closing cost. It could be as little as $500 or less, or it could be all of your closing cost. And it could be maybe $10, $12, $15, $20,000. It just depends on what you need and how much you are able to negotiate. Closing costs will encompass a couple different fees. They will encompass your fees to close your loan if you're obtaining a loan, or they will encompass the cost for the attorney and the fees associated with closing your property, filing the deed, and taxes and prorations of any kind of, if you have utilities that need to be prorated or HOA fees that need to be prorated, or even trash service. So there are items that will be included at closing that you will need to come up with the funds to close. This is something that should be discussed well before making an offer with a qualified mortgage lender. A mortgage lender will help you decide on the best utilization of those funds, whether it's to ask the seller for more toward closing cost so that you have more to put down in down payment, or if you want to make a better offer and bring your closing costs and all of your down payment to closing. All things are negotiable, but it is important that you work with a qualified lender to make sure you're making an educated choice on the best use of your money at closing. I hope this helps explain closing costs, and just make sure you're making an educated decision and you know where your money is going.